Man, have I got a video for you guys. So I came across this a day ago watching Low Tier Guy stream. Shout out to Mr. Sparrow. I was watching his stream and he was doing his reacts, right? I usually try to get to his stream. When he starts, he'll play games and he'll do reacts, right? And I tend to stay up to like around 12 or 1. So I get maybe 2 hours of his reacts and then the rest I have to watch his plug channel. So he responds to some really interesting topics that not everyone responds to, and he has some pretty solid, unique opinions that I really agree with. I want to make a video kind of addressing a lot of things he says that I agree with, like one for one. I just want to say right now, his commentary on the black community is like bar none, but that's another video. But I want to talk about this video he reacted to that I saw. I would not have seen. I would have saw it. I follow the Daily Loud, but he got it first, and he was talking about it. And man, this shit's crazy. So it's a bit of a longer video. It's like 5.5 minutes. It's not long, but in the terms of commentary, it's long. So I might have to extend this video a lot. I want to get straight to the point with my opinions because I don't want the video to go on forever. So I'm thinking I'll probably address her a few points by points, and then let's let you guys watch it in its entirety. But I have so much to say about this. So let's just get right into it.
I don't know if I'm going to actually post this because this is super vulnerable for me and I'm a pretty open person. But earlier this year, I told my husband I wanted a divorce. And this would probably shock a lot of my friends and my family because I hadn't told anybody, okay? I walked myself through the logistics of where would I live, how would we split the time with the kids, who gets the dog, where all of those things, okay? Had a full breakdown. I feel like I have been searching for something in my relationship that we don't have for the whole time we've been married, which has been 10 years.
All right, so I decided we're gonna respond to this point by point because it is a longer video and I'd rather just kind of address it. So let's start with that. So she's been married to the guy. Let's kind of talk about it. It's been 10 years and she's been with the guy for 10 years and they've been married this whole time. Now I have watched this video already, so I will tell you, we'll get to it, but I will tell you for context in the beginning, I believe she's 31, 32 or 33, one of those. It doesn't really matter. Let's just say she's 32, right? So if she's been married to this guy for 10 years, she married him at 22, not started a relationship. She said, we have been married for 10 years. Now, this is going to sound controversial to anyone that's part of religion. I grew up a hyper religious family. I come from a very religious background. I still have friends that practice religion. I never, ever, ever, ever believed in getting married that young. By human nature, it does not work. Maybe back in the day when times were different, you could potentially argue that, but it still didn't. But even more so today, I really don't understand why you would get married at 22 years old. I didn't even want to have a girlfriend in my 20s, really. Like, not in my early 20s. And then when I did end up getting with someone, it was so like, we're just kind of feeling it out because you skipped, like, marriage is a commitment, right? It's a duty. It's more than just I'm with you. You can sue someone for cheating on you. You know what I mean? Like, there's money involved. It's a contract. You literally can't do certain things in a marriage. You are tied to this person as long as you are married to them. And this is a contract, not one that is to be taken lightly. It's a very, very serious act. This person is tied to you. If they do some shit, you could be liable for it. All kind of things. Their life is intertwined. I don't think people look at it like that. They think it's just something you can up and break and up and do this. You have contractual needs that must be met. And if you're going to step into that with somebody you just met or that you've known for however many years, at 22 years old, you have not experienced nothing. You ain't been through nothing. Ain't nothing happened. So there's no way. I had to duck 2 arranged marriages in my life because I just didn't like the person I was talking to. So you're skipping the dating stage. They just want you to get married. I don't know if she's religious. She's never mentioned that. But getting married at 22 is like, I don't know. And she already got kids, bro. 3 kids. So that's like a kid every 3 years or something. I don't know. But let's let her talk a little bit more.
I There is not a single thing about my husband in and of himself that I do not love.
All right, let's talk about this. This comment is really sad to me because I think I already know where this is going. And I don't remember if she mentioned it, but knowing the situation and how this is going, she probably won't. If you've been with someone for 10 years and you have nothing wrong with this person, you guys get along. We don't know what this guy looks like. So this is all conjecture. This is just me speculating. I promise you, I'm willing to bet a whole month's check that she does not no longer finds him physically attractive. And that's just me. I don't know what he looks like. He could be in the gym. I don't know. So I'll take it all back if we see what he looks like. But I personally feel like she doesn't find this dude physically attractive, because how can you the whole time, maybe at one point, she said she's been with him for 10 years, right? And she's always felt like something was missing. That sounds like something you settled for. Why would you feel like you've been with this dude married for 10 years and you feel like something's been missing for 10 years? Did you settle for him? Were you not attracted to him in the beginning and you just got with him because he's a good guy? That's option one. But that could not be the case, right? Let's just say he's on his grind physically. Everything's going right. You know, he's in shape. Whatever, doesn't got the beer belly, which I need to get rid of mine. Let's say he don't got the dad bod. He's in shape, right? Let's say that's not a factor. Let's just say she may not be attracted to him for the biological level. Let's speak on the fact that she has her own business. I'm gonna let her talk about that. That's a problem, man. And I know people act like that doesn't really matter, but depending on who you with, that may be an issue for them. They may not want to be the breadwinner. It could change someone's whole perspective about you if they make more money than you. And that's just the reality. Obviously, it's not everyone, but there's not a one size that fits all. And it's clearly applying to her. Let's let her talk about that. I'm going to kind of comment on what I mean as far as a woman making more money than you, or a woman you're with that may have a problem with that making more money than you.
Let me be very clear about that. He is the most self-disciplined, loyal, hardworking, good person that you could meet.
Bro, the fact that she did not mention his physical appearance at all is crazy. Everything but the appearance. I don't know, man. I just feel like if you're attracted to someone to that extent, it's almost impossible to mention it without, especially because we can't see him. I'm not saying that's the only thing that matters, but these are the things that matter to her. And maybe attractive and this doesn't matter at all. So that's probably why she doesn't mention it, which is what I want to talk about later. From my experience and what I've seen, it sounds like she just wants to test things out. It may not even be that the dude's ugly. He may be a 10, but she just might be tired of him, or she might have got bored of him, or has never had no experiences. And it's 10 years, man. She has, I think, another 10 years. I think the fertility issue is going to start coming in. She already has kids, so having kids, I guess, isn't the epitome of her life currently. But I don't know, man. We got 10 years in and you talking like this. I feel like she has some regrets as far as trying other dudes out. You sound like he just wants to sleep with somebody else. Just say that. That's what it is. She goes on for 5 minutes about this conjecture. She's tried therapy. She tried everything. Oh, I personally feel like due to social media and the fact that she decided to make it public, she doesn't want to get witch hunt. It's already going to happen, but she's trying to protect herself on a social level. She doesn't want to look like a demon or a hoe, or whatever the case may be, when people are going to make their opinion about you anyway. I see this, and she's saying all this extra stuff, and then on the one hand, I can guess I can understand, but it's going to get to a point where she's going to mention something that almost 100% proves my point. I'm gonna let you guys hear it for yourself.
On this planet, and that is probably the reason. That is the reason why I have not left. Okay. Our relationship and what my expectations are for my marriage and what they always happen are not met, right? Which I don't know if anybody's are.
All right, and here comes the first red flag. That sounds like she settled. She said she doesn't know if anybody's are, so everybody's in a bunch of unfulfilled relationships. It sounds like she settled for the guy, and it sucks because I don't know if he's heard this or if he's gonna hear it, whatever the case may be. But to talk about this in a way with someone you've been with for 10 years and you telling me the entire time you've been unfulfilled from the beginning, you married this dude and you said for 10 years, you guys have been together for 10 years. So you're saying the whole time you've been unfulfilled. Come on, bro. The entire time you guys have been in a relationship. If I'm this dude and I heard this or I saw this video, just sign the divorce papers, bro. Cut your losses. This is not a relationship worth fixing. If someone tells me that the whole time we've been together it's been bad and it's been this long, just dip out, bro. She wants to go get some D. I'm sorry. It sounds fucked up. Call it sexist. She's trying to get on. She's hopping on the D. She want to try some other dudes out, different types, ethnicities. I don't know. He may not be packing. He may be too much. Whatever the case may be, she wants something different, and it's gonna be with somebody else because she's not about to just leave this dude and not entertain another relationship. That's another thing you need to understand. Don't you think for a second she gonna divorce this dude and not be with nobody. That's not what this is about, right? So she may not go get into a marriage. She might not hop into a relationship. She may just want to enjoy single life. And honestly, for that, I can't blame her. I know it's gonna sound fucked up, but 22 years old, you've been with the same person for 10 years that young, you ain't experienced nothing. It's gonna happen. You're gonna want to try new things. That's just life. So that's why some people leave their jobs that they've been at for so long because they just, the stability is nice, but they want a little bit of danger. They want a little bit of uncertainty. And for 10 years, if you've been unhappy, which is insane work, there's no way I'm staying in a relationship for that long and being unhappy. The most I could probably push is a year, depending on how long I've known the person. If I've known them for 4 years and then 4 years in I start being unhappy, we can dedicate a year to try to fix it. If we can't do that in 365 days, I'm gone. At that point, you got to cut your losses. There's no way I'm gonna be unhappy for 10 years. I'm sleeping around. I'm cheating. I'm breaking up. Right? Because I don't want to do those things. Right? So you have to understand that's how cheating happens. You feel a certain way. You don't say it. You don't care about the relationship, but then you cheat and you feel bad afterwards. So just leave. She should have been left. Why did it take 10 years for you to break up with this dude? Right? You said he's a good person, all this stuff. That's not stopping you from wanting to break up now. That's insane work. That is insanity. I really don't understand how she could. That's just, I feel so bad for this dude, bro. He got to get up out of there.
The reason that pushed me to even bring up divorce and talk about it was the fact that I feel like I can't be myself with my husband. And it's really confusing because I'm 32 years old. I am a mom of 3. And I still don't know who I am. So for me to be like, oh, I can't be myself or you don't love me for who I am isn't really fair because I don't know who I am.
And that's what I'm talking about. No, you don't know yourself at 22 years old. None of us knew who we were at 22 years old. I didn't know who the fuck I was. And I was not getting married in my 20s. So that part, yeah, that's valid. You got married that young. You haven't experienced anything. You haven't had no career. I don't know if she was in college. Just getting married that young. That's why I never believed in this, forcing people to do things like this. I don't know if it's religious based, but she decided to do this for whatever reason, because we don't have the full backstory. No, you don't know yourself. You know who you are with someone else. And that's another thing people don't think about. Who you are in a relationship is not who you are when you're single. Those are two different type of people. You can't function like a single person in a relationship. That's not how that works. But now she's realizing she doesn't know who she is as a single person. So now she wants to go be single. You want to have that guilt-free sex. You want to have that guilt-free time management. You're not, because anybody who hasn't been in a long-term relationship is not going to understand what she's saying. On the one hand, I agree with what she's saying now. On the other hand, I feel like she's being dishonest in the sense that she probably just wants to experience other guys, but won't really say that because of how she may look because she's on social media. If she wants to make her divorce public for some reason, right? Because she's out of options. Which, just say how you feel, bro. If people demonize you, don't let the opinions of NPCs affect your life. You've been married to this dude for 10 years, not these people on Twitter. So she should have just came out, flat out said, look, really, you shouldn't have made a video at all, but you should have just been honest with your husband and just told him the flat out hardcore truths. Yeah, I'm not attracted to you anymore, or I want to experience who I am while I'm single, or this or that, instead of making this long rigmarole video. This long ass video with all this rigmarole in it for the public. Come on, man, don't do that. Like that's insane work. I don't understand why she would do that. And in the sense that I get what she's saying, because everybody wants to be single, or you want to know what single life feels like. And I would get in a relationship with people and then dip after a year because I was like, man, it's better being single. It just feels better. Sometimes the relationship you're in is not better than being single. If you would rather be single, you don't need to be in a relationship. If the energy you're getting is better when you're by yourself and nobody else is there, yeah, just go be single. And the way she's talking, the type of things she's saying, it just sounds like she yearns for single life, individuality. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem, it took you 10 years to come to this conclusion and 3 kids. It's too late. You can't experience single life the way you want. You have 3 kids. You're gonna be what you gonna do? She's gonna turn into a deadbeat mom and just abandon the kids? You can't do that if you're gonna collect child support off the guy. So if she's collecting off them, you have to get custody or watch the children. So you're not gonna be able to experience life as you could have if you didn't have kids. You have kids. You know what I mean? So why did she wait this long? I don't understand. People don't think about it. I guess the time goes by, but that's insane to want to be single life now. You know what I mean? And at this point, whoever her husband is, if he sees this video and he's still with her, that explains the reason she probably wants to dip out. This dude has no backbone. If my wife, my girlfriend, my spouse is talking like this, and talking about the relationship like it's a chore, because the way she's talking about this, it sounds like being with him is a chore. You gotta dip out. You gotta go. You gotta go.
I'm figuring that out every day. But the reason why I wanted to share this on here in the first place is we are coming up on our 10-year anniversary. We're going to Mexico, to Cabo, for our 10-year anniversary trip. And we're rewriting our vows. We never wrote vows in the first place. We didn't have vows when we got married. And I'm struggling to write my vows. Like, to write a vow. And I think that's because I still feel very unsure in our relationship.
All right, this is the last time I'm gonna cut it, and I'm gonna just let the entire clip finish playing. That is insane. You can't even write vows for the man that you've been in a relationship with for 10 years. If you can't think of good things that you can say about him immediately on tap, then nah, man. That's terrible. I can't even think of what to say, bro. And he's still there. It doesn't sound like they divorced. She said she wants to divorce and she wants to fix it. Like, why is he still there? Like, this shouldn't even be a conversation. He should just leave. Why are you talking like you're trying to fix it? You're coming to the internet for a solution. So you told him these things and he's still there? He heard this stuff and said, you know what, honey? We can try to work it out. It's over with. The relationship is finished.
The one thing that we finally talked about this past week together, because it's just been something that since we kind of talked about it and I brought it up and we committed to change and we committed to working on our relationship, I started my own business. He quit his job. Roles have changed. Life has been crazy. And we just haven't come back to talking about this subject. And I brought it up again because I'm like, I'm going to be honest with you, like, writing these vows is hard. I don't feel like we're any closer. I don't feel like anything has really changed since I brought this up 6 months ago, 9 months ago, whatever. And I want to work on our relationship. Like, at the end of the day, of course, I could get a divorce and try to go find the love that I'm craving with somebody else. But that's going to come with its own hardships, its own complications, and ones that I'm not willing to take on, right? I love Ryan. He is the best father, okay? I just need to learn how to explain what I need from him in our relationship, and he needs to be able to give that, and I need to be doing the same for him, so that we can both, like, in 10 years from now, in the next 10 years, look back and say, like, we put in the work and we finally have the marriage and the relationship that we have always wanted, and that is what I want.
Could you imagine someone saying they're only in a relationship with you because they don't want to deal with the inconvenience of being single? Could you imagine that? She just flat out said, I don't want to break up with him because it's what you have to go through in order to be with someone else, right? You don't know them, you have to get to know them. Could you imagine that? The only reason why I'm still with this guy is because it's hard to go get with somebody else. That's crazy. That might be grounds for a crash out, bro. I might need the fade. I'm not gonna lie. My wife tell me that I need the fade. If my wife tells me she is only with me because she doesn't want to deal with the stress of getting somebody else, I need that. We're gonna have to sanction this. If she don't want me to just whoop her ass in the house, I'm gonna get her some gloves. We going to an official boxing place. I need that. We're in a contract anyway. We married. I need them hands. There's no way I can let her slide with that, bro. I need the hands. That is the most disrespectful thing you can say to someone in a relationship. That you're only with them because it's easier to just stay with you. That's like the cheaper to keeper type deal. I don't really want to be with you, but I don't want to get with somebody else and deal with what comes with that. So I guess we can work out. Nah, I would have swung on her. Sorry, would have swung.
I guess the reason why I'm coming on here, and if you've made it this long, that's really nice. What have you done in your relationship to get to that point? If you have been in a place where we are and have worked through it and have found things that have brought you closer or that have given you that relationship, like I'm just, I guess, asking for advice. Like, what have you done in order to get there and what has worked for you? We're honestly willing to try anything. We have done therapy and counseling before, and it was fine, honestly. It wasn't like my favorite thing, but I'm willing to try that again. And I don't know, books, podcasts, like what have you guys done that has worked for you to get your marriage to where you want it to be? I just don't like thinking, okay, we've been married for 10 years and we've kind of like been at this same point the whole time. I just don't want to look back 10 years from now and not have tried my best to have this like relationship that we both want and that we deserve and that our kids deserve to see in us. So I'm kind of being vulnerable and posting this on here, but I would just like to know, like, what has worked for you and what advice, I guess, you would have for me. Thanks.
All right, so that's the video, guys. That'll be the end of it. I don't think there's any more outside of this. So she's trying to fix it, which is, again, makes me question the man. So that means if she's trying to fix it, I don't know how much she said to him. And then has he not rebutted this? I don't know. That's insane work to me. I really don't understand how you can have somebody say that to you and you not immediately want to part ways. But yeah, man, she wants to get on the D. She wants to be with other dudes. She wants to try other flavors of Kool-Aid. It is what it is. I don't think this gets any deeper than that. This video is longer because I wanted to make sure I comment on each part, but it's pretty cut and dry. I don't really have much else to say than what I said. She wants to try other guys or try other experiences. She hasn't experienced life and she hasn't experienced being single. It's as simple as that. Throw in whatever nefarious deeds you want to. That's just the bottom line. And the dude needs to go. No matter which way this goes, he needs to leave. But yeah, that'll be it for this one, guys. Later.